तहय्यतो दरूद के गजरे अपने महबूब पर जो है तेरी तख्लीक बेहतरी, उसी महबूब से वाबस्ता उम्मीदे शफाअत है, उसी महबूब से वाबस्ता उम्मीदे शफाअत है, उसी महबूब से वाबस्ता उम्मीदे शफाअत है, शफाअत।
What is your thoughts and your opinion, and you decided to really leave your very highly professional job from MIT?
Yeah.
You know, you have a lot of opportunity in the industrial market and management.
Yeah.
Why you have chosen to become an executive director of the mosque, Mr. Bilal?
Well, I did my bachelor's and master's at MIT, and then I worked for a few years in industry. And while that was interesting enough, it really wasn't where my heart was at. The need of the moment for the American Muslim community is to have Muslims in the public sphere. And unfortunately, many of our most talented community members often go into mainly fields such as engineering, medicine, and things like that, while the needed areas of journalism, media, advocacy, law, politics, academia, social work, all of these fields get neglected, and so we are very underrepresented in the public sphere. And so I decided to work for the Muslim American Society, or MAS, because our central focus is Muslim civic engagement, getting college students, getting young people, getting the community itself involved in the public sphere. And the entire focus of this cultural center, which we're very clearly saying it as a cultural center as opposed to a mosque. It's a cultural center that contains a mosque and a portion of it, but the larger project is a cultural center that looks to engage the American Muslim community in the public arena. And that endeavor was incredibly exciting to me, both intellectually as well as what I wanted to apply my life towards. And so I saw it as a natural shift to switch over. Yeah.
So you told that this mosque is the biggest mosque in the Boston?
It's definitely the biggest mosque in Boston, and it is either the biggest mosque on the East Coast or the second biggest. We're not fully sure. There is the large mosque on 96th Street in Manhattan, which may be bigger. But if not, then this is the second mosque, biggest
you
mosque.
told that the area is a total 70,000 square feet?
70,000 square feet is the area of the cultural center, yeah.
Okay, and how much it cost to build this?
It cost about $15.6 million.
It's come from the local donation and big-end donors?
Yeah, it came from thousands of donations from the community, as well as people from different parts of the country, and a number of very dedicated large donors. And so altogether, it's an ongoing process.
Ongoing process. What is the response of the local community? That you have any problem to face or some challenges?
The local neighborhood, the neighborhood that we're in is called Roxbury, which is a historic area in Boston, very culturally rich, full of landmarks. And so the local neighborhood has been incredibly welcoming and looking forward and eager to have the cultural center here. And we faced no major issues there. In fact, people were very supportive. The only opposition we had a couple of years into the project, there was a right-wing Israeli advocacy group called the David Project that, together with a number of partners, sued the mosque, or with their funding, they found somebody who lived in Roxbury in the neighborhood to sue the mosque, saying that there was a violation of church and state because the land deal for the mosque was something that was a price that was below market value, when even though 15 other religious institutions, all Jewish and Christian, got similar urban renewal land deals, and this was the only Muslim one, and of course this was the one they targeted. And so then they started a whole media campaign. Fox News, Boston Herald, a columnist in the Globe began talking about how this cultural center had ties to Al-Qaeda, had ties to extremists. They had a front page or a headline in the Boston Herald, or a two-page spread that had Osama bin Laden on one page and the picture of the cultural center on the other page. And this was an extremely vicious attack that kept on for a few years. And with the outreach that we did into the rest of the Jewish community and the Christian and other faith communities, the civil rights community, the African American community, we were able to, after many years, overcome this. And just this year, by the grace of Allah, we were able to complete the center and overcome that sort of Islamophobia.
Okay. So what about the local Christian community response?
It has been incredibly supportive. We have deep relationships with the archdiocese here. As you know, the Catholic community is deep and historic in Boston. And we have a very tight and close relationship with the Massachusetts Council of Churches, who came to kind of the main day where we opened the doors to the interfaith community, and he spoke in strong support of the mosque, and they represent 1,700 congregations.
Have you received any politician, congressmen, senators, mayor, councilman
at the groundbreaking we had both the senator as well as the mayor of Boston, and constantly in supporting in this cultural center has been Senator Diane Wilkerson and Felix Arroyo and Chuck Turner, who are the city councilors. So there's been strong support because this cultural center brings a lot of positivity to the region and to this area. It's only sort of a small Islamophobic group that raised so much opposition.
But they're gone and they're still there.
Oh, they're still there, and there's a strong effort to continually try to raise obstacles. But as we actually begin operating, and it's apparent all the good work that we're doing, then that type of opposition is losing ground. And that's
you say the culture center. So what do you mean by culture center? You're going to do Islamic culture or general some entertainment, music, what?
Well, Boston is the heart of a lot of American culture. And so we are looking to contribute and add and enrich the culture of Greater Boston. And certainly much of it will have a twist based on Muslim values, but there's a lot of activities here that happen. For example, just this weekend we had a very large jobs fair, a career fair that brought together law enforcement and government agencies to recruit from within the Muslim and other minority communities here in the center. So we actually had, immigration, TSA from the airports, Homeland Security even, FBI, the state police, Boston police, all these different agencies, the fire department, coming to recruit from the Muslim community. And so we've had, there's an art exhibition planned in February where one of the function halls is going to be turned into a gallery that shows various Islamic art. We've built a relationship with the Museum of Fine Arts where we did an event there, and now they're looking to bring some of the, working with them to consider bringing some of the exhibits here. And the Museum of Fine Arts, as you know, is one of the most prestigious institutes in New England. We have a partnership with the Harvard Islam in the West program. Harvard has a program called Islam in the West. And with them, we've done some joint programming last January, or this past January. And so with them, it's a continued partnership to bring programs here as well. So this type of broader cultural programs that gives positive impact.
So you're going to be looking for the different angle of the role of the mosque. The mosque role is not only invite people to do the prayers, do the religious gathering, but you want to be a part of the culture and to mix and mingle with them and to promote the positive images.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, exactly that. And the main goal is that Muslims become an integrated contributing force in broader society.
I see. What's how you? I met Dr. Sohail Masood, and he introduced me to this mosque, and he invited me today in this mosque while I'm in Boston. Okay. So what is his role? What he is doing for the mosque?
Well, Dr. Sohail Masood, as you may or may not know, is an incredible supporter of outreach, of Muslims becoming engaged in broader society, of playing a good role as a community of faith, enriching the public sphere. And so he sees this cultural center as having incredible potential in making that type of contribution to society. And so he's been a major supporter of the cultural center, both in terms of contributing both from his own resources and at the same time making a lot of connections with other organizations